Space Dandy Season 2, Episode 2. There's music in the darkness, baby. This was one of those episodes where it kind of just flew by. Based off of the preview, I thought it was going to have a completely different purpose. And watching the episode, it kind of had like two different plot points to it, one of which kind of never finished because the main plot point sort of just wiped out the other subplot point, which was QT and Meow getting to Dandy to take him to get his prize in the competition, the uh, misunderstanding man competition thing, and that kind of just gets wiped away because Dandy goes to this planet when, and I don't know why he would think it was a woman, but that's just Dandy. But him reading that letter from the alien with the mask, he just assumes it's this really hot woman, and so he's going to the planet and he finds this character. And then when he finds the stones of Meow and QT, he realizes that this guy isn't exactly a good guy or puppet or whatever he is. And that was interesting to find out. It seemed like this character was sort of lonely. Like you kind of feel for him in the beginning, where it's like, God, he's like, I wish I could just get to know people. I wish I could just smile like I feel. I laugh at people's jokes until my stomach hurt. My stomach hurts, but I can't show that in my face, and people kind of don't like being around the face that I do have. So I want to see someone smile who has a perfect smile. I just thought he wanted to be like friends with Dandy, or he was like Dandy was kind of like his idol because he had that great smile in the picture. And then we find out this guy's really like a villain because he just like freezes people because he takes their smiles in a way and he freezes them. And he has the weird ukulele where he does the weird poses, then the music's playing and he just shakes around and like a force field shoots off of him. And he's kind of in a really weird way, he's like a Space Dandy Joker where he's instead of um, gas to force people to smile till they die, he just hits them with like a weird ukulele blast and they're just frozen smiling. And like a lot of weird stuff happens that has like no purpose or at least no explanation. Like I said, the sort of subplot thing that kind of gets erased. I thought that was going to be the thing where it was QT and Dandy, or QT and Meow looking for Dandy, but they get right to the planet and then they're just frozen, and it's like, oh, that kind of sucks. I was actually really excited to see where that was going to go, but they were just frozen, and then that didn't have anything to do with the story anymore. And this puppet, like, it's just the only one of its kind. It was really weird, and this is one of those shows that really where they do explanation, and that's fine. But this just seemed like one of those ones where we were kind of supposed to focus on this new creature and its personal struggle, I guess, with not being able to smile. And we get his weird little history, like it smiles or he can't smile. It's a smile aficionado, and it just suddenly came out of these trees and started playing music, and it's the only one of its kind, and it has this weird ukulele power. None of that's remotely explained in the show or in the episode, which I thought was kind of weird. But this was just one of those weird, crazy episodes, and it was cool to see the Gogol people come back. Of course, they just nothing good ever happens for them. The guy wanted to see his mom. He was upset that she was dead, and then he sees her at the end, and he's like the adult version of himself, so his mother doesn't know that, and she's like, "Get away from me, you pervert!" And she beats him up, and he's depressed by it. I thought that was the funny part, and it was weird. They made his mom like have like huge breasts, which I thought was so pointless, but that's Space Dandy's. Just if there's a female version, she's gonna have big boobs. But she just beat him up, and he's just swimming through the time stream. And I thought that was a nice little moment. It was silly. Dandy going back in time trying to get Meow and QT, and then he has a really cool moment. They're trying to keep his past version from being snatched up by the puppet guy. He jumps up the rope and runs up it and shatters the guy's face. And then this is one of the episodes where it's like he does something cool, like just punch you so hard he just shatters your epidermis, like he just breaks your skin off basically. And then instead of like hating you or something because you were trying to basically kidnap his past self and then erase his current existence, he like beats you up in one punch and then says the cool line and helps you basically live out your dream as you're dying in your final moments of life. And it's like that's just a cool thing for him to do. And it was just one of those episodes. It just felt like it flew by. It felt like it was only like 10 minutes long, really. And it was just one of those really weird episodes that I enjoyed it for sure. It had its funny moments, but the serious stuff in it was actually pretty cool. And I really love the ending. I love where he does beat him, and it was really cool him running up the rope, and he's like, don't mess with me, baby, and he does like the cool anime punch where he's up in the air and he comes down really hard and he hits him, and then he says, "You have a great smile," and he lets the guy die in peace, and he just lets him die happy, and it was like that's a cool thing for him to do because you definitely don't have to do that for the crazy guy who's frozen dozens of aliens just because he likes their smile. And that was another moment. Like he went into the one alien, and it was like that's another really weird power. It's just like this weird alien that exists, and I guess technically he doesn't exist anymore. But it was an interesting episode. I don't know, like I enjoyed it, so I won't say it was a bad episode, but it was just one of those ones where it's like I said, it flew by so incredibly fast to me while watching it. It was just like I don't really know what happened. It was almost like the episode in season one where they kept reliving the same thing. It was like they found the alien that wiped their memory, and then they kind of went through it, like it sort of went back in time to show what they did already, but it didn't really go back in time. They really just redid the same thing, and it was just it was an episode like that to me where that one was a lot more confusing because it was a really weird one. This one was just like a weird sort of creepy puppet thing was going after Dandy, and ultimately Dandy took him out and then had a really cool moment at the end. And of course the Gogol people just failed, but I enjoyed it. I liked the cool tsunami part where Dandy was surfing on the time stream, and they had like pyramids coming out, and the ship like a battleship just burst out of the water, and then it turned into like a pirate ship. And initially, that part didn't make any sense to me. I didn't understand why all these random things were coming out of the water, because it was like him going back in time. But if you really went back in time, it was just kind of weird to me. But it's Space Dandy. It's supposed to be that way. But I did enjoy the episode. I'm very curious about the next one because it looks like some weird multi-dimension type stuff where like Dan like QT looks like he zapped Dandy's head clean off, and it's in another dimension. So I'm really curious about that episode, but I definitely enjoyed this one. I do wish they had that little uh, I can't think of the name of it now, but the prize thing. I wish that did stay in line because I would have loved to have seen an episode where it was like half of the story is actually QT and Meow looking for Dandy, and them kind of having their own little side adventure before they finally got to the planet. But like I said, that started up, and then it didn't have an end. It wasn't even like he saved them, and then excuse me, they were like, "We have to get you here" or anything like that. It was just like he got the ukulele, and then it did tie back into the beginning of the episode when Dandy and Meow were arguing about this song and how it went. But enjoyed the episode. Also loved the line Dandy said about how pancakes were too sweet for the sour pain he was feeling or something like that. But overall, enjoyed the episode. Excited for the next one, of course. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Your favorite parts, your least favorite parts, and what you guys. I guess what you guys think this episode was gonna be compared to what it ended up being. Because, like I said, I really thought it was just gonna be a typical silly episode where Dandy kind of just gets a number one fan or something, and then it almost turned into like this weird obsession type of thing where the guy kind of wanted to kidnap him and sort of kill him and turn him into stone and steal his smile and basically take over his body and just walk around using his body because he had a smile. But what did you guys think this episode was like compared to you know what you thought it was going to be initially? Comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.